welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to look into the reaction from the overseas couple to the news that Jason North has been awarded in the honours, the New Year's honours list from the King. So it's the first New Year's honours the King has done, and it's services to the Crown. Now Jason North was named in Valentine Lowe's book. He is, well, not necessarily named, but he is the guy who raised concerns about the Duchess of Sussex bullying people. He's also the guy who went and gave evidence on a neutral standpoint that they tried to frame that the monarchy had told him to go and smear Meghan and William was all in on it and everything. So the King's actually turned around and gave him an honour. So yeah, so the guy who raised Meghan's bullying concerns has been awarded with an honour, which tells you a lot, really, doesn't it? Without thinking too much about it, you can say that where the trust is within that relationship, and yeah. So we're going to have a look into that with the cards, see how Meghan's reacting, how Harry's reacting, if we'll get anything back. Especially interested in the round of interviews that Harry's going to be doing for the spare book that's coming out. So will he mention stuff in that? So we'll have a look and see what the cards have to say. But we have some new subscribers overnight. We have grown, so welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. If you've been here for a while, thank you very much for your support as well. And to the emotional support coven, thank you very much for being here. I do appreciate you guys. So let's have a look and see how Meghan feels about this whole Jason North situation, and then we'll look at Harry for the cards. This is entertainment purposes only, guys. Let's have a look. The Queen of Wands, straight away. She's thinking about herself in this context. She's not necessarily thinking about him. So straight away, this is kind of going how it means to her. So she's feeling like she's been, the word, validated by this honour. And she thinks it's going to actually turn things around a bit for her. Like, she's like, this is what I said, so everything is known, it's all that I am right. Let's see what's crossing her. So is the Knight of Pentacles. Interesting. I feel like there's some pressure to say something about this, and we may be hearing something about it very soon, because we've got that kind of like show-offy energy with the Knight of Pentacles. Now, the Knight of Pentacles could be somebody like, it could be Tyler Perry. He's a Virgo, so he would fit into the Pentacles energy, but it tends to be quite younger, the Knight of Pentacles. So it's somebody she could see as younger than and more immature than her, which could be Harry, but he usually turns up as the King of Pentacles in this sense. Somebody around her wanting her to kind of go more public with it. Yeah. There's an impatience there. There's they wanting to act out and lash out. There's going to be no waiting around. I feel like we're going to get a response sooner rather than later about this. Ooh. Yeah, we're getting a response. What's going to be underneath this response is there is going to be an amp up of bots and attacks and puff pieces, and we're going to get a lot of PR, guys. We're going to get a lot of people running to defend her, running to stick up for her and go, see, when actually all this is doing is honouring somebody that worked for the royal family, who's went through a difficult time and basically made very public, being made to like stand on the world stage, when really he just wanted to be like in a supporting role. So with the Eight of Wands, this is very much chatter online and the internet going backwards and forwards. Here we have Temperance. Okay. So there was some balance. They have been trying to kind of like smooth things over, I feel like, in the past though. They did want, when I say smooth things over, what I mean is with their image. I don't mean with the royal family or anything like that. And that's what's leaving the situation, because we all know how that went. That balance, that culture, it just didn't hit. It just didn't land. Maybe she was hopeful for some kind of like something to come from this live, laugh, lead, whatever the hell it's called. But that's doesn't look like it's going to be the case. With the Hangman in reverse, there's an impatience there, there's an anger there, and because it's in reverse as well, this is somebody and something that doesn't learn. They don't learn from their lessons. They don't take in what's happening around them. They can't read the room. Pentacles, okay, so she's going to do some hard work. Interesting. Or is going to be rumoured to be doing some hard work. We'll have a look. There's the Nine of Wands. Okay. And there's the Chariot. I think with this, they're going to have to go out and make some more money. I feel with the Queen of Wands there, she's very focused, especially with Temperance there, on her own image, and that comes through time and time again. She's worried, not necessarily about them as a couple anymore, she's worried about her own image, and maybe that was all that ever has been. The Eight of Wands and the Hanged Man, this is going to be up in the attacks online. The Eight of Pentacles, I think they're going to have to put some, they may have to pay other people to work at it. I don't know if they'll work at it themselves from past behaviour, not necessarily. That they will have to do something around image. But there is going to be like someone going on the attack here. The Nine of Wands. She's setting her boundaries. And she wants everybody to kind of honour her boundaries. But she'll keep moving those boundaries because we've got the Chariot that surrounds her, which indicates to me that there's going to be some movement, definite movement and travel. I wonder if they're going to like say something out about this. There we go. So what she's concerned about is the Tower. And Harry's cards do have the Tower coming up quite a lot, and we have the Hermit surrounding it. So I think she realizes that she's got a lot of hard work to do to get her image back to where it was, but she thinks this is going to be just like a quick fix all of a sudden, but it's not, because it's going to turn into be this kind of long, slow burned learning your trade, learning. And I don't think they're in it, because what she's worried about is the Tower. And the Tower is everything just coming crashing completely down, everything just going. We have the Hermit there as well, and the Hermit surrounding them. This could well be Harry, the Virgo card. Something coming up with Harry in the future there. And the Tower. Let's see what. I don't think they're happy. I don't think they're happy about it, but I think she's now got leverage to kind of go, see, and we're going to get a lot of kind of like arguments online about this. Two of Wands, people not working together. Here we have Harry's, and he's just like, yeah, it's completely disjointed, it's completely unfair, and it well, Meghan seems to think it's played into her advantage. Harry's just like, Ooh. They're having a tough time with their relationship at the minute. And a lot of it's down to, and this is a theme that's came through in the reading I did yesterday as well, where she's unsettled with how the world views her, and she has to move that discomfort from being focused on her. It's almost like she has to move it on to kind of like Harry. So she needs someone to blame for that. So we're going to get 5 of Wands, fighting, unnecessary arguments, unnecessary conflating things. Yeah, so we're going to get fighting what's known about the situation. What's above this one was the Hanged Man, impatience and kind of knowledge. And when we have the 5 of Wands in reverse, this is something that's very kind of like, there's a lot of battering going on. Knight of Wands is underneath, and the Knight of Pentacles is what's crossing Megan. So I think, you know, that the Knight of Pentacles could well be Harry's telling her to say something and stand up, but the Knight of Wands underneath, this could well be Tyler Perry, because he's more fiery. He seemed a little bit more creative, you know, and Wands is a very creative energy as well. So there is somebody who is more hot-headed around them, that's for sure, and they're wanting them to, there is this kind of thing where they're wanting them to go and say something about this. They want to go and say something further than what Scooby-Dooby or whatever he's called can say on Twitter. I feel like there's something brewing. Ace of Cups. See what I mean? The Temperance and Ace of Cups. They're wanting to kind of cash in on that whole Diana card. That was what was leaving the situation. And they've got to this point now where they're just completely kind of like enmeshed in this kind of like spiral of toxicity that's happened allegedly for my conspiracy fan attempt, but it was only since the Netflix documentary. They are just... What's next? 3 of Cups. Okay, we are gonna hear some griping and some gossiping from Harry. So while she may well look like she's taking the high road and putting her head down and getting on with her job, we are gonna probably hear the most gossipy things and sniping from Harry. We have the King of Swords in reverse is what's on his mind, and movement. See, there's 2 movement cards here. This is very interesting to me. The Chariot is all about movement, travel, connections, things moving within yourself, like chaos, getting a control in a way. And the 6 of Swords is movement. Sometimes it's movement physically moving, but sometimes it can be like movement through a legal process. So this is very interesting. There's movement surrounding both of them. Matters more to her than necessarily to him, but we have got the King of Swords on his mind. So the King of Swords could be a legal person, somebody he is surrounding himself with. He may be asking for them to do something or issue a statement for him or do something that will bring in some interest around him. Let's see what else there is. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. So for Megan is worried about the Tower, things that are out of her control. And what is out of her control really now is public opinion and her image. There's not a lot she can do to control how people will think with that, and that how people respond to that. Even with the best PR and stuff, she's kind of yeah, once people stop people don't like it, it's harder. It's when someone's neutral about you, it's easier to get them to like you. But once somebody's when they go from neutral to not liking, it's very hard to get them to switch to liking you. So this is a very, very precarious situation for her, because she values, she doesn't value other people's opinion or emotions, but she needs everyone to know that she's the best, if you get me. I know people will turn around and say, well, that's just narcissism and stuff like that. But I mean, I guess it is. But to a lot of people haven't dealt with a narcissist, if you know what I mean. And I feel like it comes with experience. One of the reasons I feel like they always go on about the younger generation is because they're targeting the younger minds, who are not necessarily all naive, and I don't mean that, but because you only meet these people through experience of different work situations and you know, it's yeah. The problem with having an open mind is anyone can put anything in it. So we have the Magician there, which is inaction and frustration there, and not being able to bring things together, and not being able to sort things out and stop things. But we have got here the Sun. So there is going to be something happening familial wise. Don't necessarily think it's going to be at the coronation, but I am going to do a reading on that. I was going to do a big reading on that today, but this happened, so I thought we'd look into it. King Charles is playing a really long game with them. We have the Hermit, we have the children there, so we might get a refocusing and look at the kids and look at them. I don't see them stepping out of the public life. I do see them trying to kind of rebrand and try and make themselves look more like a wife, 2 kids, white picket fence in front of a man, you know, look more wholesome. That's going to be a hell of a rebrand. And if Harry's coming out and doing gossipy interviews, which he'll feel like he will have to do because his wife's been dishonoured and all of this kind of stupid stuff that they tell each other that they need to be nasty for, then that's not going to sit well. Interesting though, very interesting. But there we go, that's what I can see. Let me know what you guys think and what you guys can see in the cards down below. If there's any suggestions for any readings, please leave them in the comments. Thank you very much for being here if you've made it this far. Thank you very much for supporting my channel in 2022. I do appreciate you guys, and I shall see you very soon. Take care now. Bye bye.